So let's talk about it, man. Related to Alpo being in the witness protection program. In this video, I'm gonna educate y'all a little bit about the witness protection program. So we already know that all the stuff Alpo did, and I'm not gonna talk and mention all the stuff he did. Y'all know it. You know what I'm saying? It's been propagated. It's been put out there. People have been talking about it. And that's what made him the figure that he is. Or was, rather. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to discuss, though, is the relative facts. Like I said, the only thing Alpo had left to do was preserve his own life. And people can go anywhere with it. Like I said.
Whole life.
I feel Alpo felt that it was coming. All right. So when Alpo came home, everybody was locked up. Everybody of utmost significance. Right? They all were in jail. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know who I'm talking about. If y'all from the town. And again, when I'm talking to the streets. I'm talking to my jail dudes. I'm talking to my dudes that just came home. I'm talking to people who understand the streets better than a civilian, because that's what we consider y'all. Because y'all have made y'all choices. Y'all decided that y'all were just gonna pay taxes and keep doing whatever it is and living life. And kudos to you. I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? At all. I've sacrificed what I've had to sacrifice to amass the things that I had and to lose them as well. You know what I'm saying? But where I'm coming from with this is, again, Alpo did what he did. Alpo left New York because he did what he did. Okay? Now, he probably was, and he don't make 1,000,001 excuses. He tells you why he feels, why he did what he did. And I watched those videos, feel that played a role. But we gonna stay on the fact that Alpo had 7 years. He did 25. Came home. In this video, you're gonna see like where he was sent to. Like, he was sent to a nice, quiet town, middle of nowhere America, small America. You know what I mean? Like, when Sammy the Bull came home, they said he chose Arizona. You know what I'm saying? So Alpo was afforded every luxury that they had. Anybody that if they felt that there was going to be a serious threat of reprisal, like they would have moved his family, and they probably did. Yeah, these kids that are running around paparazzi po and all that, who knows if they really did. But anywho, the point of the matter is that within the charters of the laws and the bylaws that they carved out to make this system work so that somebody gets a pass and somebody goes to jail because it makes it easier that way. And not for you or me. It makes it easier for the government. They don't have to spend that much money if they got an Alpo snitching or whoever. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to tell you, look, this dude telling on you, cop out. You ain't going to go to trial. You going to be like, all right, what they offering me? You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers are gonna still go. I know I did, but that's another story. But what I'm getting at is that Alpo most likely did know. But I'm gonna tell you how he knew that something most likely was gonna happen to him. He saw the streets changing. See, and this is where I go with the civilian versus the street person. Or the one out there in them streets doing this stuff and knows about it. When Alpo went in, a lot of people fell. So many people went to jail around the same time. The 90s, man, they were locking us up left and right. And yes, so many people are right that it was time for them to close their books. They was like, all right, this Iran-Contra shit is over with. We gonna move on to this other shit, and we gonna lock all these motherfuckers down. Like, if you in your 30s right now, if you're like 32 or 30 or even 35, yo, you're the generation that was being born when these niggas was going to jail, man. When these brothers started doing their time, all these dudes started falling in the 90s because of the stuff that was going on in the 80s and all that. Y'all don't understand the history, and that's why I'm talking. Because at the end of the day, I'm the street corner historian. You know what I mean? Not only was I out in these streets, I was in these pens with these motherfuckers doing these bids. Whether I was 16, 17 years old, Charles is an adult. You know what I mean? So I understand what's really going on to a degree, and much better than a lot of people that don't get what really happened. Alpo came home. Alpo came home to 60 grand a year for snitching. For snitching. 60 grand a year, man. They turned snitching into a job, man, over the years, man. It's just like the 60s or the 70s, man. They turned this shit into like a job. Like, you tell, we'll relocate you if we feel. Like, they're going to relocate you regardless. You know what I'm saying? If they feel like your life is really threatened. And that's what people don't know. Like, everybody don't get this. Like, it ain't everybody who gets this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be giving up something that's worth something to get that 60 grand. You know what I mean? But to just get the relocation, you're going to get that. And to get the name change, you're going to get that. Based over who you are. Alpo knew that the threat, I believe they knew the threat was real on Alpo. But at the same time, they knew the temperature. So if he decided that he wanted to get out of that and still go down to New York and chill and try to reattach himself. And that's what it really is. Because like I said in the last video, man, when you in there at the end of the day, man, if you ain't dealing with contrition, if you ain't gonna sit there and be like, yo, man, I fucked up. And sometimes, some things you're going to be like, I fucked up, or some things you're going to be like, nah, nigga, I did that shit straight up the way it needed to go down. You know what I mean? But dirt is dirt. Right is right, wrong is wrong. We all know it. We can ignore it if we choose to. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, homie knew that the streets were changing. People were coming home that had been gone, and that's what this street shit is really about. It's for the generation that we leave out there when we do these bids to get this money and change our lives and change your life as our homie that's close to us, and we trust you, and we're gonna get this bag. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. And when we get to it, it's gonna trickle down, it's gonna change your life. But when I get out the game, now you gonna rise and you gonna take it up. So when I fall and do my bid, y'all supposed to keep the mantle going. However y'all can. However y'all can. You know what I mean? And that's the code of the street. You know what I mean? You keep the code, we're going to keep getting this money. You know what I mean? But it was a different time back then because the government was letting it happen. But the main reason, again, that I in the streets were changing, man, and my street dudes know that. They know what I'm talking about when I say that temperature was changing. He started seeing too many people coming home. Too many people coming home that had done it all the way the right way. And that's what happened. Once they took all the people who did it all the way the right way off the streets, it was left for the next generation to keep it going. Y'all didn't. Some of y'all did, but the rest of y'all didn't. And it kept getting watered down until it got to where now we have 6ix9ine. But now with Poe getting hit, I guarantee you shit gonna change. Things are gonna change in the reality when it comes to this dude 6ix9ine too. Reassessments are gonna be made. Yo, the temperature is changing, man. And it'll change again, maybe. Because now the influence is just there. It's just like the pieces on that chessboard, man. And them kings is back. So the queens is doing what they supposed to be doing. The bishops is doing what they supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? All the pieces on them boards is doing what they supposed to be doing right now. Because the temperature has changed, man. Like my son Unique said, man, when he felt the temperature, when he made that call to try to save Big. But the temperature has changed. And I believe that he felt it, but he was like, man, this shit old. And that's why that night, he ain't just come out there like that. That man had some crazy leather shit on. You know what I'm saying? Trying to cover up his face. for whatever reason why he came out. And I ain't gonna talk on that. I can, but I ain't. I ain't gonna talk on it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the reason why everything fell the way it fell is because that boy, he was home for 6 years and he started slipping. And y'all heard the other people talking about, yo, he was moving, this, that, and the third. Why do you think he was doing all that? The temperature was changing. When the real kings come home, and even if they not even saying do something, they don't even have to say do anything. When realness steps in the building, people are gonna surround the realness because it's real. No matter how fake they are, they sycophants. You know what I mean? They gonna be like, yo, these dudes strong. They already know it. So the temperature changes in the streets and that boy felt it. But what I'm telling you is that he was stupid.